Okay, in this video we're just going to talk about the pixel to pixel restrictions on the Panasonic GH6, and this is a really good question somebody asked me on, are there any kind of limitations to what you can do on pixel to pixel, and I didn't actually cover that in the initial video, so if you're not really sure what pixel to pixel is, I'll link up to that video up in the corner, but essentially it's a way to kind of punch into the sensor to get a bit more kind of reach on your lenses. There's a much better explanation in that video, but that's just a quick overview of it. But yeah, essentially there are some restrictions there. So like a lot of the modes we have, I'm in PAL. NTSC will look slightly different to this, but so we've got modes like 4K 100. And you can see if I go over to sorry, where are we? Oh, actually, sorry, I haven't got it set as a shortcut in this. If we just jump into the menu, it would be easier. So yeah, if we're here, I'm in 4K 100. You can see I can jump to pixel and back to 4K, and it does actually work for most modes. You've got a limitation there, obviously, which we did talk about this limitation in the other video. You can't do a pixel to pixel in 5.8K because it's using the entire sensor. Pretty much the same for 5.7. It's such a marginal crop of the sensor, and it's only in one, only really in one kind of direction, so it's not it's not really possible. So you're not going to get it in 4.4 as well. It's not available. But then once we get down to traditional 4K, so like I say 4K 100, it's available. 4K 50, we've got it there. C4K, we've got it. And it just goes right down. So C4K, we know it's there, and we can keep kind of going down there, and then where the cap sort of comes in, we can do full HD 100 frames like we could before. It sits in. Once we go to 200, you can see it's not there. The limitation, from what I've seen, it sits in about 120 frames. So we can get away with full 4K 120, which is really useful. But we've got the limitation essentially sat over this mode. So really, the limitations you've got full HD 200 frames, or I think it's 240 frames if you're NTSC. And then obviously we've got 5.8K, 5.7K for both of those options, and the 4.4K and C4K is available. So you do have a lot of options for pixel to pixel, but there are a few limitations in there. So I thought I'd just kind of go through those and just explain those in a little bit more of that kind of detail. So I mean, essentially, the limitations you've got are either there's not enough space to really crop, so pixel to pixel is not really usable in those modes, and you've got another limitation there in those very high frame rate modes. So anything over 120 pixels, like I say, there is a limitation that will stop you from using pixel to pixel, but it is there for the majority of settings. It's just I probably should have made those restrictions a little bit more clear in that first video, but yeah, hopefully that's helped. If it has, give the video a like. If you want to see more content like this, then check out the playlist on this channel for the GH6 and Lumix cameras, and please subscribe.